You're listening to Africa Business Radio, where you get up-to-date insights on the Africa business landscape. Log on to www.africabusinessradio.com. Your favorite shows are available on podcasts. Download them on our website and mobile app. Africa Business Radio, towards a profitable Africa.
They are 1.8 billion globally. They would make 75% of workforce by 2025. They will outspace earnings of baby boomers in less than 10 years. Smartphones and tablets are the argument settlers and fact checkers for every conversation. Get more insights on African Millennials on Africa Business Radio, towards a profitable Africa.
Oh wow, so I know a lot of people have their New Year's. I mean, you could have, I think the one we celebrate is, what New Year? What's that called? January 1st one. I don't know, I'll tell you on the next episode. I know there's the Chinese New Year, there's the Ethiopian New Year. But right now I want to say Happy New Year because it's the African Millennial Radio Show New Year. I mean, it's been a long break. So many things have happened in between, doing life, facing, the political, is it the political events that's been happening, in my side of town, in Lagos, Nigeria. It's, the Christmas period. It's, business, trying to get things off clients, trying to try out new things. But all in all, dealing with the, Lord knows if it's the second wave or the first wave, or it's just people not taking so much of precautions of the coronavirus, but then it's been a lot of eventful months. And yes, again, it's Tommy Wale on the African Millennial Radio Show from Africa Business Radio. And I am happy to be back. I'm happy to get on the microphone and have my ears plugged, and have my producer tell me, all right, go live. And have an interesting guest in front of me, and have you guys in Mali, in Ethiopia, in Ghana, in New York, in UK. I think there are people from Asia, I believe. Okay, I'm sure someone in Beijing is listening to this, right? If you're listening to that, send a text, right? I'm happy you guys also are there, and I believe everyone is doing fine. I believe everyone is holding up, especially for the brothers in Texas, with the whole power outage that happened during the week, or was it, I think, a couple of weeks ago. I mean, how are we doing? How is everybody doing? How is life? I'm happy to be back. I'm so happy to be back, right? And I believe that, with the lineup of guests we have for this third season of the African Millennial Radio Show, it's going to be some very, very interesting ride along the way. I don't know what to expect. I'm just expecting the best. I'm expecting a whole lot of, not so serious talk as we used to do before, right? So many things. Let me talk too much. So I don't actually box the expectations into what I'm currently thinking about. So yeah, let's have a very, very wonderful ride. Let's have a bit of music and then we're back to talk. All right, welcome back, guys. And yes, for the third season of the African Millennial Radio Show, I'm happy to introduce my guest. I think I've known him the first time I saw his face under his glasses was, I think, 2001. That was a long time ago. That was 20 years ago. 2001. Sorry, you started JS1 in my secondary school, didn't you?
Yeah, 2000.
2001.
2000.
Okay, 2000. Thank you. It was year 2000, 21 years ago. Right. And, I'm going to talk about what I know about him, and I'm also going to throw the question at him about, what to tell us about what life has been for him. But he's someone that, if he wanted something from you, it would be in your face till he got it. It was that what's it called? It was that determined, right, to get it from you, right? I'm sure that the ladies who liked him at the time were like, you know what? Take my number, call me. And he was so caring. Jide was so caring. Those people like, well, why did I come as a girl? So, you know, I guess, you know, but then, aside that, he's someone that I admired his drive for anything he believed in, right? If it was studies at the time, if it was being a friend to you, if it was being there for you, if it was, you know, mastering a particular talent that he saw in himself. You understand what I'm saying all this time. I'm sure that, you know, as we keep talking, you see all those things, you know, reflect in our conversation. Dr. Jide Oyegbile. How you doing, man?
I'm alright, I'm good.
Yeah, so, you know, I said Dr. Jide Oyegbile, but I'm sure that if we start talking, people will wonder where the doctor came from.
Exactly.
Right? So I think I have an idea of what your background is, and I think it's actually, you know, fascinating compared to where you are now. So can you share a bit of that, please? Let's just hear that from you.
Right. It's nice to be here, Tommy. At least considering the fact that you said doctor, that's pretty much what everyone wants to hear or know, why it's doctor and why I am where I am today. So, of course, in school I started with sciences, and I advanced to study anatomy, BSc in anatomy and MBBS medicine and surgery from Bowen University. But then, right from high school, if you can recollect, I've always been involved with drama group and music and dance. We did some dance there too. And yeah, everything had to seem like life, and it felt a bit weird that at a point in time everyone feels like if you're smart you gotta be in science, and if you're not so smart you are in art class. Because I can remember then in school they check your GSC results and say, okay, yeah, you guys go to science class, you guys go to art class, irrespective of what they really feel that you want to do.
And then if you're in art class as a guy and not do food and nutrition, you're supposed to be in school. Yeah, those are people like us. But we didn't want stress anyways. You guys was just something.
I mean,
that's an extra A on your sheet now. Just do food and nutrition.
Right. But then, as life goes on, it gets obvious that art is not exactly as easy as they portrayed it to be.
Absolutely.
And but I don't feel bad about it, because right from time I've always wanted to study medicine and surgery, the thrill of saving lives and looking at the face of patients and their relatives when we've done something right. It's golden. You just want to see that. You want to feel like you're in charge. And at the point in time, you feel like you are a mini god, because you see someone coming in pain and boom, you just appear in your white coat and everybody's around you. Old people are like, good afternoon, sir. I'm like, okay, it's alright, fine. Can you just kindly stay outside? And you're being all polite. And then in like 5 minutes, they come back and they see the patient smiling. I'm like, oh, damn, this guy is a god. So that thrill is there. It's exciting, and it makes us want to do more. But then I didn't particularly like the fact that it became religious in terms of the routine and how medicine is per se, because you end up having to go to hospitals for a particular point in time, and then you get back home, then go back again, get back home. And the really interesting thing that we get to see is just different cases, different people, but other part of life is silent. So when it comes to about my background, it's just pretty much from the fact that I did sciences, and I'm presently an actor and a filmmaker. A filmmaker summarizes a lot of things, directing, producing.
That's a jump.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a jump from being in the labs and the lights, you know, to now being in the lights, but then this time with the cameras and whatnot. Yeah. So what was the attraction that, you know, made you lean towards your art side? I
mean, it's a general saying when you hear that art is life. Okay. Do you understand? And because I started with music, which is why I had the name JBlaze to start with, and it was all fire, let's go up and down. But then, as a young boy trying to also, music is not easy because you need to get money to fund a music video. Where are you going to get that kind of money? It's not easy exactly. So I said, fine, I'm good in acting and writing scripts, and let's focus on this. Let's do this. And the thrill of becoming new characters, seeing a person and imagining that you can live that person's life for a particular point in time, makes my own life less boring. It just gets interesting. The creative process is what I live for. I just love to create magic. And right from time I realized that what I am particular about is making an impact in people's life, which is part of why I didn't shy away from medicine, and I'm back to art. Medicine, you make an impact, you save lives. Art, you pass a message, and then you're still impacting lives. So yes, I just love everything art. I love the creative process. I love to see the thrill on people's faces when they see something interesting and beautiful.
Okay, so I mean, I can hear something that is like the underlining motive for things you do. I think you have a thing for making people feel good about themselves, right? So it's from you, the drive or the thought of you being a medical doctor, right? You just wanted people to, be fine. You want to see smiles on people's faces, and then what you're doing now, the goal eventually is to see people get excited about what they see on the screen. Now, with everything, of course, there's always the discipline, that comes with it, right? There is, you have to stay up at night and things like that. Now, would you say that the discipline, because I'm sure medicine is not, it's not beans, man, right? I used to have a friend that was in medicine at the time when I was in uni, and I used to see how she used to read a lot. I had friends, and I'm like, we're all still in university. You get what I'm saying? Now, would you say that discipline, right, when you are in sciences, or medical sciences, we say that discipline is reflected in how you're going about your work in arts right now?
When we started talking, I said something about people in school, especially in high school, making us feel like the brilliant ones are supposed to be in science and the less brilliant ones are supposed to be in art. But on the contrary, if you want to study medicine, what I figured along the line is medicine is not actually exactly about brilliance. It's about hard work. So, no matter how you can be really brilliant, I've seen people that switch to medicine and their first in course in probably anatomy, physiology, they're all flunking it and they're trying to get 50 over 100.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult. But no matter how brilliant you are, if you don't put in the hard work, if you're not consistent in reading up, you would most likely fail. It's not about the brilliance. And that sort of discipline helped me when I came into art.
Okay.
I mean, I finished med school 2016, did my house job in UCH, and finished 2017. So to an extent, I would rather say I am fresh in the industry.
Okay.
But when I came to the industry, I came prepared. Okay. Because of my discipline. So whenever I'm given a call time of say 6 a.m., I'm probably going to be on set by 5 a.m., which started making ways for me. I mean, producers like actors that will give them peace of mind. I mean, every fellow creative likes people that are around them that will give them peace of mind. So you don't have to think about you. So you're coming on set, you're coming prepared, you're giving me slides that is voluminous, and there are some people that are having issues with reading the old slides, but I'm like, I used to read big textbooks in schools, and this is a piece of cake to an extent. So I'm really, really grateful that medicine came, and the discipline in medicine obviously has pushed me.
Right.
When I came into, art. And, even before I started in the industry, particularly for money, I'd already produced my own feature-length film. I'd produced several short films without necessarily having to go to a film school. I learned a lot online and learned a lot on my own sets. I made mistakes. The first film I produced, I didn't even get a DOP. I didn't get a sound guy because I felt like when I paid for camera, that's it. And then the camera guy came and like, guy, this is your camera. I'm like, oh yeah, now. Who's going to handle camera? We started solving it from there. That's when I started learning. Right. You need a camera guy, you need a DOP, you need a sound guy, you need continuity. I just didn't get it.
So I'm sorry, I'm thinking that when you see Tyler Perry, right? Written, produced, and directed by. I just thought Tyler Perry did everything. Do you understand?
And then
that is actually a team.
But I need to actually specifically say this, that I am also grateful for what I've learned from Monzion, Mike Bamiloye, Damilola Bamiloye. We used to be colleagues in secondary school, and then we went to Bowen University together again. So you see a Monzion film, and you see Mike Bamiloye written, produced, and directed, and played lead actor. So when I see that, I felt like it's easy. It's just there now. And then I started. I'm like, this is not easy. But then that forged me into what I am today. So when I come into the industry where a number of people don't do that, and they realize I'm doing that, they are wondering how and why I think it is possible.
Tyler Perry does that now.
Yeah, he does. But in Nigeria, for example, there are very few people that will do a lot of things, meaning you either act, direct, you wrote, you're producing, you're also playing lead actor. You mean you can't be confused when you're acting. They're telling you something is going wrong. You still have to make sure that your character is still in there. So most of this process, I mean, apart from Tyler Perry, I saw in Nigeria that Mike Bambley is doing this, and I felt like it's normal. So my thought process was already built to accept it, and that made me stronger, and I got better about it. So, and yeah, because of medicine, my discipline obviously just made sure that you're ready for everything that's coming at you.
So, I mean, what you just said now is there's something about creatives and them just putting everything on their talent, right? So, if something has to be sent by maybe 5 p.m. in the evening.
Yeah.
And then they had a 3-day grace or a 3-day period, right?
Yeah.
Timeline. They would start working on it until about 3 p.m. like 2 hours because they trust themselves.
Yeah.
But then from what you just said now, you said that the discipline that actually came from not just being brilliant, but then being consistent in reading, in medicine, right? Is reflecting, in your art side right now, and is actually making things get very, I think that's a very, very important, points for a whole lot of creatives.
Yeah,
right? It's one thing to know how to do it or be the whiz kid, in the building, right? It's another thing to also have discipline, especially if you're going to be working with a team of people. And time is now. Let me quick chip in something. What's your thoughts on time management in the creative industry? Add a bit of payment talk into that.
Payment talk.
Yeah.
Sorry,
quick one. In SA, for example, the crew guys charge per hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all of that.
I think it's going to be difficult in Nigeria, even though that there are different production houses and companies, and they obviously will pay differently. But when it comes to time management, before we can correct it in Nigeria, it will have to be a collective thing. I mean, because a lot of time when they put a call time, they are doing it because they assume that the actors are going to be late, or a particular set of the crew actually going to be late. And then there's this excuse, it's Lagos, because most of the things happen in Lagos also. I mean, like, there's traffic. Like, it's a basic excuse. You want someone comes late, just expect it. You see it's traffic and it's normal. Do you get? And because of that, producers factor that into their pre-production meeting for production. Okay, this person is going to be late. So instead of charging per hour, most times they either pay you for the job, or they pay you per day, or they decide and say, okay, fine, the job is going to last for 2 weeks, so we're paying you for 2 weeks. And they hope that it does not spill beyond the 2 weeks. And whenever it spills beyond 2 weeks, that's where you start saying back and forth. People are unhappy on set, and you don't know what's going on, but trust me, it's going to be money issues. But time management is something that I don't think will be easy to solve in Nigeria. I think it starts from everybody.
Okay.
Yes, and that's why you realize that a number of producers don't like changing their cast, and they don't like changing their crew members.
Because they don't want stress.
They don't want stress. So if they work with this person, they can predict the person.
Right.
Oh, I'm working with this person. My next production is still going to be the lead. That headache is not there. It will come whenever I want him to come, and it wouldn't delay me. And this person knows that I don't waste time. So you just need to understand yourself, and that's why loyalty comes in the industry. So people they hardly change cast and crew.
I mean, that's an interesting insight. Let's have a short break right now, and then we'll be back for more things to chop up with Jide Oyegbile, Dr. Jide Oyegbile.
Right.
They are 1.8 billion globally. They will make 75% of workforce by 2025. They will outspace earnings of baby boomers in less than 10 years. Smartphones and tablets are the argument settlers and fact checkers for every conversation. Get more insight on African Millennials on Africa Business Radio, towards a profitable Africa.
Yeah, I mean, it's it takes a lot for someone doing something by themselves, right? I don't know, maybe you might just want to share some thoughts on that, but what I can see, right, from my perspective is Jide is going this road alone. Right? It's not like I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Like you're some type of an entrepreneur. Right? You are in it. It wasn't like maybe you went to a particular production house first, but you are Jide Oyegbile. So it's more like being a creative entrepreneur, right, in filmmaking. Right? I'm an entrepreneur, so there are times that, man, like, you know what?
And easy.
Don't stress me, man.
Yeah.
Right? How do you manage that?
Okay, so when I started, because I didn't want to, I felt like I've used a lot of time in medical school, and coming out, I felt like, I don't want to waste time. I want to be up there as fast as possible. Everyone is as an actor. Everybody's pretty much a lot of people starts as being an actor. As an actor, I just wanted to be in films, and it was getting difficult. Opportunities are not coming, and I sat down. I was like, wait, what does it take to actually be in a film? Then let's start by writing one. I wrote one. I pitched it to a couple of people, and they're like, we'll just shoot our stuff. I'm like, okay, so this is one of the few problems that we have in the industry. Everybody just wants to do their own thing. And that was then. Then I said, okay, fine, let me produce my own film now. And then I started, and that's when I said I learned on my own job.
Sorry, what gives you that confidence that
as in, and then because I had the backup, like, look, if this thing does not work, my medicine is there.
Hospital.
Do you understand? And I won't come hungry. And then when I did all of this, I came to Lagos, and I said the normal process is to just go to auditions, kill it at the auditions, and they give you the jobs. Then I kept going to auditions. I'm always very early. They call auditions for 8 a.m. I will be there by 4 a.m., 5 a.m. because I just want to be done and get out. And
there should be a book, Hustle.
See, because I know how a lot of people are looking at me and saying, bro, you have a BSc in anatomy, you have MBS medicine and surgery. Right. I mean, parents, family members, guy, you can't go into film and fail. They are ready to eat you up. So you need to come back and show them that,
I'm sorry. We grew up in Ibadan, right? So you don't come back to Ibadan.
You cannot what? You can't go and say, it's not working, so let's go back to medicine. And everybody be like, we told you. So what did you go and do? So it means whenever people are putting maybe like 100 into something, I'm putting like 1,000 because I can't go back. And it will be discouraging to a lot of people, because I know a lot of my colleagues in the medical line, especially the younger ones, they are looking up to me and saying, if this guy can branch out and do what he loves to do, not that I don't love medicine, they too have a chance. So if I fail, then they'll start looking at themselves and say, let's just sit down and finish this medicine. This is what it is. Do you get? So when I do everything in film, I'm extra committed to it. And when I started making my own films, short films and the likes, I started sensing people's energy. I realized that a couple of people cannot work at the rate that I work, and they're not fast enough for me. Subsequently, I learned how to light. So I can light on my own set. I learned how to use a Zoom. I would record my own sound. I learned how to shoot. I can do my own cinematography on set. Recently I started learning how to edit. I mean, all of these things I come because I just realized that, this guy, let's go. You're not seeing the picture. You're not seeing what I see. And because for most people in film industry, a lot of them didn't exactly learn film per se. They're working for somebody that's a gaffer, and they probably even go to school, but because they know that put light here, after years, they become a gaffer, and then they too put light here, and they don't understand the technique that you want to go with. But you don't blame them. The industry is difficult, and everybody has to feed one way or the other. So when I do my own things, I'm extra committed to it. I put in a lot of work into it. I mean, in medicine, in fact, I still do private consultation in code, but in the hospital, in the teaching hospital, I did my house job in UCH. You cannot be lazy in UCH. Not with the amount of patients that they have. they call you if you're on call. I did neurosurgery posting. There was time on neurosurgery posting. I was on call and I was constantly in hospital for about 2 weeks thereabout. And all I had with me was a bottle of Coke and my scrub. I was just changing scrubs. No time. You can't sleep for like 2 hours straight. They've called you again and you need to jump up. And when you're waking up, you're not waking up to start booting and saying, so what or why. You're waking up to act or else somebody's going to die. So that mentality is there already for me. And even though people see it outside as a lot of work, because it's my routine already, it just feels like, yeah, let's just do it. Do the work and see the result. If you don't, it's not gonna happen. And I put in, for example, there's the Kemi Adetiba competition that happened for King of Boys.
I was gonna mention that.
It was a competition. From this get-go, I said, if I'm going into this thing, I'm going there to win. I'm not going there to just play around. And I know that a lot of eyes are going to be looking at the old videos and everything. And this is an opportunity for people to see it. Some people felt like they are bigger than competition. Honestly. Some people felt like, they should do normal auditions and the rest. And I'm like, no, I'm going to put everything inside it. Negative truth. And I came out fine. I did everything. I invested my own money. And that's something that even pisses me off a bit.
You dyed your beard.
As in, I did a lot of things. Yeah. Until today, I keep doing that because right from the get-go, I told you I produced my first feature-length film, my short film. Bro, I was using my own money. I put everything there, and that's me betting on myself. But most creatives nowadays don't want to bet on they don't want to bet on themselves at all. They want people to bring the money. They want to say, please put me in your film. Let me showcase my talent on my own production with my own money. So you are not ready to put money and say do a short film with your own money. But you don't want to be broke, but you want the person to be broke and put
this thing you're talking about.
It's true.
This thing you're talking about.
Yeah.
Please hold that thought, right? Because hold that thought. I'm going to come with a particular thing I've been seeing. Right? I follow a lot of Hollywood movie accounts on Instagram, like Film Enthusiast, these guys, and I see some things. So please hold that thought. Right, guys. We've come to the end of the show, actually, right? I mean, I'm sure you can feel the energy from, Dr. Jide Oyegbile, right now. And, how he's transitioned from, giving people injections, and actually shooting, light in the faces of people. I mean, it's been a very wonderful, wonderful time. We should do this again the next episode. What do you think?
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay, so with that thought that has been held, right? Please hold it. And then when we're back, in the next episode, we'll have that conversation. That's right, guys. Hang out with him. Follow him on Instagram. It's JBlaze. That's ITSJBLAZ or Z for zebra.
ZE.
Right. So that it's JBlaze on Instagram. See what he's doing. Have conversation with him. I'm sure he's very, very open person, to have conversations with. Please don't waste his time. He might be on call, while, trying to direct a movie later in the night. Thank you very much, Jide, for being on the African Millennial Radio Show.
Thank you very much.
I'll be waiting to have more conversations with you on the next episode.
Most definitely.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to continue this conversation next episode, definitely. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful afternoon, guys. Bye for now.
They are 1.8 billion globally. They will make 75% of workforce by 2025. They will outspace earnings of baby boomers in less than 10 years. Smartphones and tablets are the argument settlers and fact checkers for every conversation. Get more insight on African Millennials on Africa Business Radio, towards a profitable Africa.
You're listening to Africa Business Radio, where you get up-to-date insights on the Africa business landscape. Log on to www.africabusinessradio.com. Your favorite shows are available on podcasts. Download them on our website and mobile app. Africa Business Radio, towards a profitable Africa.